10. ARIANA DEBOSE. ARIANA DEBOSE is the first Afro-Latina and openly lesbian actor of color to win an Oscar since the Academy Awards began in 1929. She made history in March. She was named one of the year's most influential persons on Monday. DeBose is a quadruple threat, according to fellow actress Kristen Chenoweth, who wrote a tribute for Time. Number 9. Joe Biden. Bill Clinton described President Biden as a get-the-job-done leader, in an homage to another president. Mr. Biden was sworn in as President of the United States in January 2020, only days after a difficult election season that culminated in a terrible attack on the United States. Since gaining office, Capitol has encountered a succession of difficulties. The COVID-19 epidemic, which has killed over 1 million people in the country, was at the forefront. He will also be in charge of addressing climate change, the economy, and racial injustice. Number 8. EMMETT shelling. In recent years, transgender persons in the United States, particularly minors, have faced a slough of legislative initiatives aimed at restricting their rights. EMMETT Schelling, executive director of the Transgender Education Network of Texas, has been in the forefront of efforts to make the LGBTQ+ community a safer place. Schelling, a father and transgender guy, has spent much of the past year effectively living at the Capitol, bringing nothing but cheer and tenderness, according to Chase Strangio, ACLU Deputy Director of Transgender Rights. Number 7. Mike Cannon-Brooks. Climate change is one of humanity's greatest threats, allowing the Australian millionaire to become one of the year's most important persons. Former Vice President Al Gore, who has been vocal about climate catastrophe, claimed that Cannon-Brooks is trying to shift Australia's energy dependency on coal. According to Gore, Cannon-Brooks is a strong supporter of a project that will assist Australia in harnessing and exporting solar energy. A solar farm in northern Australia would be connected to nearby Singapore throughout a 2,600-mile undersea cable, providing round-the-clock power. Last year, the billionaire also donated over $350 million of his own money to climate change charities. Number 6. Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson, best known for his comedic performance in Saturday Night Live, has gone on to feature in many films, host stand-up shows, and most recently date Kim Kardashian. A member of another Times List member, Kris Jenner's family, Davidson, on the other hand, changed the course of rapper Jack Harlow's life. When Harlow was still a student in high school, the two met at a Comedy Central roast of Justin Bieber. Davidson got Harlow an SNL a few months after they met, an accomplishment that meant a lot to Harlow and his family. Number 5. Zendaya. Zendaya may be only 25, but Canadian filmmaker Denis Villeneuve considers her to be 1,000 years old. Zendaya, who was most recently seen in HBO's Euphoria and Marvel's Spider-Man No Way Home, has radiated like a shooting star, preserved on celluloid, according to Villeneuve, who directed her in Dune. He went on to say that she is much more than her acting. In her tribute, Villeneuve said, "She is an autonomous creative force herself, a cultural icon in the making, a person driven by pure inspiration, empathy, and respect for her art, who exploits authenticity as a new superpower." Number 4. Ron DeSantis. From his handling of the coronavirus pandemic to his signature of various controversial legislative moves, including the Don't Say Gay statute, Florida's governor has received both criticism and admiration in the last year. In his praise, former Florida Governor Jeb Bush said DeSantis' method works. Number 3. Simu Liu. Simu Liu is known for her roles as Shang-Chi in Marvel's Shang-Chi and The Legend of the Ten Rings, and Jung in Kim Convenience. Simu has worked hard to get through closed doors, and now he wants to hold those doors open for others. Number 2. Volodymyr Zelensky. After President of Russia, Vladimir Putin, launched an invasion of Ukraine, Ukraine's President Zelensky moved into the worldwide spotlight this year. Zelensky has become a symbol of courage and hope for Ukrainians and people around the world since the war began, since he has refused to leave his country or surrender to civilians. Zelensky is a leader deserving of Ukraine's bravery and perseverance, as said by President Joe Biden, who penned the Ukrainian president's tribute. Mr. Biden added that Zelensky's voice is one of relentless determination of a man who believes passionately in his duty to his people. Coming in as the most influential person in 2022 is none other than Russia's President Vladimir Putin. Putin's aggression against Ukraine has sparked widespread condemnation in Russia. The conflict has drawn international censure and has wreaked havoc on his people's economy, with big corporations leaving the country. Alexei Navalny, the Russian opposition leader who is serving a 9-year prison sentence for fraud, has been vocal as an opponent of the Kremlin. He wrote for Time about Putin, claiming that Putin's real mission may be to teach everyone a lesson. They might be influential, but it's always helpful if we research about their influence around the world. Is it for good or the other way around? Did you enjoy the video? Make sure to hit like and subscribe for more awesome content.